Hey my fellow friendsets, it's Chris from Shughead Gaming. Today was a pretty big day for virtual reality as a whole, as Oculus officially announced the soon-to-be-released Quest 2. Stay tuned as I give you all the info you want and no bullshit, so you can decide whether this is worth picking up either as your first Oculus headset or as an upgrade from the OG Quest or Rift S. I'm also going to give away a few Quest 2s to a few lucky subscribers, and it all starts now. Okay, let's jump right in and take a simple rundown of the important performance specs and how they compare to the current gen Quest. First and foremost, the most talked about upgrade on the Quest 2 is a significant increase in the resolution of the display screen, from the current Quest 1440x1600 per eye to an impressive 1832 by 1920 per eye on the Quest 2, seeing an almost 50% boost in pixel count and bringing the Quest 2's display within spitting distance of 4K. 1832 by 1920 is an odd resolution to be sure, but it's likely due to the IPD adjustment that I will get into shortly. For comparison's sake, the Quest 2 has improved resolution over the Valve Index, which actually has the same resolution as the current gen Quest at 1440 by 1600, but still not besting the upcoming Reverb G2 by HP. That clocks in at an amazing 2160 by 2160. Now yes, the Quest 2 is pushing these resolutions without the need for a high-end gaming PC, so for many, the comparisons to PC headsets is a non-starter. But for gamers like myself who are also looking at this as a replacement for a PC headset via the Quest's link cable, these numbers start to mean a lot. Now yes, the Quest 2 actually takes one step back with the new display, as Oculus has chosen to abandon the current gen's dual OLED panels for a single LCD display. This means we will likely see a drop in overall contrast, as LCD displays are known for not doing true blacks, which is where OLED screens shine. That being said, the massive boost in resolution means almost no screen door effect and a huge reduction in pixel smear. This change in display was likely to keep the costs down on the headset, and given the results and that older games will also see an upscaled resolution, I think Oculus made the right choice. In addition, the Quest 2 sees another significant upgrade from the 72Hz display of the current Quest to 90Hz, something a bit more in step with the rest of the industry's leading headsets. And for those wondering what a difference in hertz means, think of it as frames per second. As such, the Quest 2 is now capable of 90 frames per second over the current gen Quest that capped out at 72 frames per second. However, there are some details which Oculus has not been as vocal about and could be very important to those looking to use the Quest 2 as their primary PC headset. Currently, the Quest 2 is really only capable of 90Hz, as the dashboard and browser functions are still running at 72Hz until sometime in October, when Oculus is planning to release a beta option to toggle those up to 90Hz. In addition, all current games in the Oculus Store will also be capped at 72Hz until and if developers choose to patch those games to run at 90Hz. And finally, and this may be a bit of a deal breaker for those looking to make this their PC VR headset, the Quest 2 will still only run at 72Hz when using the link cable. Oculus has stated that this will be changing next year, but for now, that's a big question mark, especially for those looking at the soon-to-release HP Reverb G2, boasting 114Hz. Performance-wise, the Quest 2 again sees a significant boost with the addition of a brand new and cutting-edge mobile processor in the XR2 Snapdragon. This, along with 6GB of RAM, an increase over the current gen's 4GB, and the Quest 2 is more than a small upgrade. However, as a PSVR gamer as well, who bought a PS4 Pro day one, I say keep your expectations in check, guys, as even with the significant jump in processing power of the Pro, Sony refused to let developers release games or features exclusively for Pro owners out of fear of alienating the rest of the player base. Given that the Quest and Quest 2 are closed Oculus systems, a comparison to console culture is a fair one, so it will be interesting to see how Oculus handles this moving forward. With the announcements at Facebook Connect of upcoming games like The Climb 2, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, Population 1, and Jurassic World Aftermath coming to simply the Quest, I think it's safe to assume that for the time being, Quest 2 enhancements in games will likely consist of bumps in resolution, frame rates, and lighting. Comfort-wise, the Quest 2 sees a much-needed 10% decrease in weight from 1.3 pounds to 1.12 pounds. Maybe not the decrease we were hoping for, but keep in mind you still have a mini PC strapped to your face. Weight distribution remains about the same, as does the overall feel of the strap, meaning the HMD itself still feels a bit front-heavy. Unfortunately, Oculus has seemed to have regressed a bit on the strap, going for a cloth strap and buckle design that looks like it was taken right off the Oculus Go. Speakers are still in the strap and remain mostly unchanged quality-wise, but the stiffness of the spring-loaded side clips is gone. Fortunately though, Oculus has finally come out with a first-party strap upgrade with the Elite strap, designed for much better head support and weight distribution. This $50 add-on sounds like a no-brainer as it eliminates the whole Franken-Quest situation of the current-gen Quest. In addition, for glasses wearers everywhere, myself included, Oculus has also gotten their crap together and offered a first-party fit kit that provides a few different foam interfaces that allow for larger glasses in addition to a few spacer options. All this being said, it seems like a bit of a misstep for Oculus to not simply upgrade the facial interface and provide the Elite strap in the base model, instead of again compromising comfort. IPD settings make a return but change slightly due to the switch from dual panels to a single screen. IPD adjustment this time around does away with the slider and instead moves to a 3-setting option where you manually adjust the spacing of the lenses. These 3 settings of 58, 63, and 68 combined with some work on the software side of things means if the first Oculus Quest worked for you, then this likely will too. As for the rest of the specs and details, much has remained the same. Tracking remains mostly unchanged, meaning with its inside-out tracking, it's very good, but still has some blind spots behind the head and in close to the HMD. Field of view unfortunately also remains unchanged, keeping on the low side of the competition and really hurting the overall immersion. An area I am very disappointed to see not improved, in an effort to help reduce that goggle-like effect. The size of the battery has been increased, but so has the new unit's power consumption, resulting in close to the same battery life as the first Quest, but with around 30 minutes less depending on what you're doing. The controllers only see a slight change to ergonomics with the return to the first generation touch controller's wider thumb rest. However, everything else remains much the same. And here are my final thoughts. Priced at $299 for the 64GB model and $399 for the 256GB model, this is an insane amount of VR hardware for the price. The Quest 2 is a ballsy and necessary move from Facebook, and one in which they are likely taking a hit on with each unit sold. However, this is likely to bring VR significantly closer to mainstream adoption, especially considering the isolated nature of our current society. With Facebook now dropping the Oculus Rift S as well as the original Quest, the Quest 2 is the Oculus headset. However, I think this might be a bit premature until the inclusion of 90Hz capability across the link cable, making it a viable replacement to those looking for a mid to high-end PC VR headset. Owners of the current gen Quest, this is a very nice upgrade, especially for reading text and watching videos. However, until we see developers patching in improvements to older games and new games taking any significant advantage of the more powerful hardware, this is not yet a vital upgrade to consider, but could be over the next year. And for those looking to jump into an Oculus or even a VR product for the first time, this is the headset to get. Its price point of course simply can't be beat, but you are also getting a standalone VR headset with 6 degrees of freedom that is an extremely solid first step into the world of virtual reality, and one that can also be connected to a gaming PC to play all the amazing PC-only VR titles that are currently pushing the envelope of what VR is capable of. All in all, a very solid headset from Oculus, and definitely a flag in the ground for all future VR headsets. And with that, I want to give one of you a chance to win one of these brand new VR headsets when they hit stores October 13th of this year. In fact, if the channel hits 20,000 subscribers before October 12th, I will sell a kidney and give away a second Quest 2 to another lucky gamer. This is for channel subscribers only, so yes, please subscribe if you aren't already, and then check out the contest link below for a few ways to get more entries. Winners will be contacted by email and announced on my socials. Thanks again so much for your support, guys, and as always, I'll catch you on my next video.